How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review, and it is IPA time. Double dry hopped IPA time in the form of Trillium Brewing's Scaled. It's been a while since I've done a Trillium review. I was lucky enough to get a bunch of them, about 5 of them, last year from my buddy Brad. Went up north, picked up a bunch of them, and lost a couple of the reviews because of camera issues, but posted a couple, really enjoyed them. And while I've had some, quite a bit over the past several months, just haven't come home with a bottle yet. And I was lucky enough to have my buddy George, yet again, thank you George, throw me a bottle of this. Fresh as could be, actually. This was picked up from Trillium, the new location, I believe, just yesterday. So, dang. A day old. That doesn't suck. A day old to me. Who knows how long it was in the bottle. But, it's from the brewery, so chances are it didn't sit there all that long. Now, as far as what it says in a bottle, double dry hopped, scaled, India Pale Ale, 7% alcohol by volume, brewed in Massachusetts. There's no date on this, but I believe they used to do this like uber gaudy kind of sticker. There's a little bit of date coding up here. Take my glasses off because I'm old as fuck and I can't see anymore. But it looks. This can't be right. I see like a date code up here, but it says 239 space 15, which would be, if you're going by the actual day coding, I don't think that would be the case. That's pretty much it. Label-wise, Trillium's label is fucking fantastic. Their art design, the whole nine about it. Love it. All the other ones I got were ghetto caps, and now they got their own little caps going on, so kudos to those guys. So yeah, I dig it. Let's dive in, see what she's got. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is a base. I mean, it's scaled, so I don't know if it's they're scaled double dry hopped or if it's a beer they had already and then scaled it. So I do not do any research before I drink a beer, just go in fresh. And yeah, I mean, you're talking about pinky finger, pillowy, creamy head, nice, pretty compact bubbles till you get to the top. It gets kind of neurotic. And then, yeah, it's fucking butternut Scotch soup. It's that atypical New England, super hazy kind of, you couldn't see through it if you had a flashlight kind of color going on. So, nice, creamy, golden hues, honey hues, a little bit of yellow, a touch of like an orange to it. So, yeah, she looks like an IPA. Actually, she looks like a huge double IPA, but for this case, dry hopped IPA. So, let's get a nose on it. It's just juicy dankness is what's going on. I mean, you want to bring out different verbiage when you're talking about beers. You go in a beer review and be like, oh, you don't want to repeat what you're getting, but when you're dealing with these kind of beers, a lot of times you're getting this similar notes. And this one, it's all about dankness. The juiciness is there and the fruitiness is there, but dank leads the way. Yeah, like an almostly, because that's a word. Almost over-ripened onion, shell-y kind of vibe to it, with a nice sweetness, like caramelized, kind of like you took like an onion that's almost rotten, which sounds disgusting. I've said it a bunch of times, but that's kind of what I'm getting off this. And then kind of caramelized it with a bunch of like nice little white sugar. You're not getting a ton of like brown sugar notes or anything like that. It's this generic kind of fruity sweetness, or you deglaze it with a bunch of like a grapefruit fruit juice. That's what I'm getting off the nose. So it smells like it's just got a huge kind of juicy dankness, or I should say danky juiciness to it, because that's kind of what I'm getting it from this more than anything else. It's more dank leading into juice as opposed to juice leading into dank. So, with all the juices and dank aside, let's dive right in. Cheers. Super dry hopped. I mean, they're talking about double dry hopped. The base on this is nice but thin. It's almost like they dry hopped this beer too much, and that's retarded to say because it still is delicious. But the dry hopping is the star of this show. There's not like, okay, you have a nice, huge, hefty base to hold up to a bunch of huge dry hopping. No. This is just showcasing dry hopping is what's going on right here. Pretty much what I was getting on the nose, I'm getting in the mouth. A little bit more juicy, but definite all, I shouldn't say all stone fruit. Most stone fruit, but it's more, the dank is there. I should leave it that, actually. It's all about the dankness. It's not like a piney, resinous kind of dankness. It's all like like an oniony dankness, but without that kind of acidic biting to it. And it's bigger than everything else. It's not huge, but it's bigger than everything else. Then you get into like a little bit of nectarine, little bit of a tangerine-y kind of vibe in there. Not super huge, but that's the juiciness I'm getting out of there. Maybe even a little bit of like orange, but it's not acidic. There's not a huge amount of acid there. It's all about the sweetness, but at the same time, it's not super sweet. Like I said, the base beer seems well below it. So you get it, you drink it, and you start getting those bursts of that dry hop. And once you get to about right before the mid to almost the base of the finish, it's like empties out, like a goosh. The bottom falls out of the beer, and there's really nothing there. It's kind of cool, actually. And then once you swallow it, you're just left with that danky, I don't want to say citrusness. Like I said, it's somewhere like nectarine, tangerine kind of mixture, but that kind of pith kind of in between, like a nectarine in the actual flesh. That kind of like soft bitteriness is kind of there, and it kind of lingers. It's awesome. I can drink like 800 of these. Yeah. Really nice beer. It's just the balance is a little bit off. I kind of dig it a little bit, but it's still a balance thing. I think the base beer, it just needs to be bumped. I think this might need to be a double. Kind of, what is this? So they say 7%. You get this in 8 to 8.5% range. I think you start to see really big balance come into play. But the base beer to me is kind of just losing out to the hop presence. Mostly the actual dry hopping itself. But it's really cool. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better base, I guess you'd say, IPAs I've had. It's like, no, but it's the best that hasn't made the list. Let's put it that way. I have some huge, great ones, and this one, while it just misses out, it's so close. It just wants to be there. If they were to cure that balance difference, it would jump into there, but I think if they did that, they'd have to beef up the base a bit, and then go into a double IPA range, and who knows where it would land there. Value and availability, didn't buy it. I think it's like $12, $15 for one of these. I don't think that's an issue. I mean, you're talking about a $7.50 of a really well-made IPA. That's really interesting, and that's, I guess, the point I should make. It's a really interesting beer, kind of not polarizing, but just really interesting, for lack of a better word. It's fun that way. Availability, you gotta go up there to get it, so that sucks. And just say, if you like what? Well, you like this. If you love dry hopping, that's it. If you love dry hopping, and that's what you kind of lust after, that's your fucking, that's what you want. You love dry hop beers, and that's really what drives you, and the base itself really doesn't do much for you, then this is the beer for you. Or if you're all about that drinkability combined with that kind of non-acidic kind of dankness, then you'd definitely be into this, because it's just fun. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't, or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on tap, Massive Beers, and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice, super dry hopped IPA right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.